here to encourage, uplift, and honor people all over this beautiful world. I am here today with Dr. Tahira DuPree Chase, Superintendent of Greenburgh Central School District. Oh my goodness, this woman is so amazing. She's beautiful, she's smart, and she loves education. She is a 42-year-old Black woman that's doing it. And we're going to hear everything that Chase has to offer to this educational journey that our children are on. Tahira, I drove up to a castle and I'm like, oh my goodness, am I coming to see a queen? Dr. Chase? I remember when you was just Tahira. What is it that you do here? Like, what is your job? Like, what are you doing in this big role?
Well, I'm actually the leader, the educational instructional leader for the Greenburgh Central School District. It is a school district that is comprised of nearly 2,000 students. We are a school district that is pre-K through grade 12. I am the person who is responsible for all things involved in the school district, what children learn, what teachers are teaching. My responsibility runs from making sure that our community is pleased with what we're doing, informing our community, working with board members, working with politicians, elected officials, making sure that my students grasp the best possible education they can get. So that when they go out into the world and when they leave Greenburgh Central School District, they are so prepared to take on the world, to compete globally, to obtain jobs so that they can be law-abiding citizens. That's what I do, and I love it.
Wow. I also hear that you are the person responsible for the new textbooks. Is that true?
I am. I'm the person who is responsible for making sure that the students have the right curriculum so that they can be able to compete when they do go off to college. But I also have assistants to work with me. So I have an assistant superintendent. Her name is Marge Clarkson. And Marge also works with curriculum and instruction. So she works with different teams of people to determine curriculum and textbooks and program choices. They bring it by me, and obviously I will make the final decision on what students learn and what teachers teach. But it's really a collective effort.
Wow. Well, so what inspired you?
To become an educator?
Well, you went back to school to get your doctorate. I remember I was with you that whole time.
Throughout the entire journey. In fact, you've been with me throughout the entire journey. You have. To be honest with you, I'm always an educator, regardless of what title I hold. I was obviously a teacher. I was fast-tracked into becoming a literacy coach, and then I became a department chair, then I became a director of literacy, then a director of curriculum, then an assistant superintendent, and now I'm a superintendent 21 years later. This is something I guess that was always in the blueprint for me, and I just didn't realize it until I was thrust into this position. Because of an unfortunate situation that happened here, I was tapped to lead the school district. And to be honest with you, Rochelle, I didn't even know I was ready to lead an entire school district.
But we never know when we're ready.
No,
it's like having that first child.
Exactly.
Like, you never really know
exactly
when you're ready.
And no coursework, no class, no degree can prepare you for this work. You have to follow your instincts and what you know is right for children. And so when I make decisions based on what's in the best interest of children. So no one prepared me for this, and I have to say I love it, and I just can't imagine doing anything else because I get to inspire minds, I get to work with adults, I get to inspire what it is that children learn, I get to bring programs in that I know that's going to help my community, that's going to help the children here. I get to motivate people who probably haven't been motivated before. I always believe that when you have a teacher who's well-trained and well-motivated, that teacher is going to greatly impact the students.
Exactly.
So this is the work that I love to do. It's enjoyable.
Okay. So we have this thing now, it's called #Gen Me, Generation Me, where our kids is living in a microwave world. They want everything so fast. So what kind of inspiration or maybe even tips you can give the parents or kids when they're on that fast track and they want everything in 15 seconds and 30 seconds? What do you think about it?
You got to work hard. You have to earn certain things, and we live in a society where people don't take the time to earn a certain title or a certain rank or whatever they're trying to obtain. And you have to teach children how to be methodical and how to be strategic at what it is that they want. and they have to be able to earn their rightful place. And parents really have to tell their children, you earn things. We live in a society where children are just giving, and they don't understand what it means to earn. You and I grew up knowing that you have to earn it.
Yes.
You want something from your mama, what do you have to do? You have to earn it, right? You're not just giving anything.
Look, these kids don't want to cook, they don't want to wash dishes,
No.
they put everything in the dishwasher. It's like everything is so fast, and that's what I tell my kids, like, you have to crawl before you walk.
Exactly.
Remember, I had to teach you how to walk, so you have to teach yourself how to make it in this industry, in this thing called life.
That's right.
You know, because everybody's on the fast train going nowhere.
That's right. I mean, I just didn't become a superintendent overnight. I started as a substitute teacher. I started as a substitute teacher, and then a director, and then this, and then this, and then this, to lead to this. And people have to understand that we all have our season. We all have our season, and we can't always get everything we want when we want. You have to earn it. And we have to teach children that. We have to also teach children the art of patience. We are in a society where no one's patient. You press a button and things are here instantly, right? The art of patience, it pays off.
Like my aunt, she always sing that song to my daughter. You gotta be patient, little sister. It's like, you have to be, because these kids, they don't have 15 seconds.
No, they don't.
And it's like, if you don't have patience with yourself, how do you expect someone else to have patience with you?
That is exactly right. That is exactly right.
So Tahira, how do you feel about education? How important is it really? Because we have a lot of rappers, you know, people that's in the music industry and models and stuff like that. You know, a lot of those people do go to college, and a lot of those people, you know, do finish high school, and it's something after that. So how do you feel about education, and how important is it to you?
Education is the most important thing a young person can obtain. There are only a few positions open in the NBA. There are only a few positions open in the record industry, in the modeling industry, in the entertainment industry. There are only a few positions open. You have to have that fallback. And I always tell students, get your education, because when you get your education, no one can tell you anything. You create your own path. Doors will open for you that probably would not open had you not received your education. Your circle of friends are different. Having an education exposes you to things in which you probably would never have been exposed. And I encourage all children, especially our young women, to have an education, because an education helps you to become a lot more independent. And so that's why I'm enjoying what I'm doing, simply because I'm promoting education. I promote children going to school, going to college, obtaining their degree. On the same token, I also realize that not everyone goes to college, but you can still be successful. And if college is not your path, then take up a trade or take up some sort of vocational, technical career choice that's going to also be very, very lucrative, so that you can be a law-abiding citizen. There are people who are doing wonderful things in the vocation. There are people who are in the mechanics industry. There are people who are in different industries that may not necessarily require higher education, but they are doing very, very well in that field. But they also do take courses so that they can continue their craft, they can build their craft. And I think we're all lifelong learners. You're never too old to learn. Even at the age of 42, I'm still taking classes. In fact, I just came back from San Diego from taking classes on how to improve my craft. We all can improve our craft. It may not end in a bachelor's degree, but it might end with a certificate, or it might end with, a certificate of being in a coursework, or it might end in some sort of voucher or a license. But everyone should continue to learn, and don't ever stop learning.
So Tahira, I'm ready to see the castle.
Well, this is it. This is my office. This is the office that I earned. This is the office where I make all of the decisions as it relates to the school district. This is the office where I host different meetings. This is where the decisions are made, right here in this very office.
Okay, so you can walk me around and you can see some stuff?
I definitely will. I'd like to take you into the schools. I'd like for you to see what's happening in my schools.
Okay, cool.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're here at Woodlands High School, and I'm here with Dr. Chase to continue our conversation about education and exactly what she does in the school district.
Okay. I'll take you into the commons area.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just so that you can actually see my students. And as you see the diversity here.
Right. A lot.
But that's what it's about. That's a representation of the real world. The world isn't all black, the world isn't all white, the world isn't all Hispanic. And these kids get along, they know how to commingle. That's why I know they're ready for the real world. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
And we use our campus as our classroom. So this is what the Wahlbergs left for us. And we are using it to the fullest. Hi ladies. Hi, how you doing? I'm good, I'm good.
So the Wahlbergs was a rich family that left their summer home to the school
to the Woodlands campus.
Oh, wow.
That is correct. That is correct. So that's what we're doing, and we're making sure that we maintain the legacy that they've left, and we're fulfilling the promise of what this campus is really about. How are you? Good.
Wow.
So this is what we call the common area. And any time of the day, you'll see students just congregating. Students that may have a little time on their hands and congregate here. These are my middle school students who are actually having lunch. Hey, baby.
Okay.
Who are having lunch and in and out. So this is the common area. We have our guidance suite with our guidance counselors. I'll take you to our state-of-the-art TV studio.
Okay.
Further down is our gymnasium. And as I stated earlier, upstairs is our middle school.
Wow. So Tahira, if you could really change,
I'm sorry, whenever I
That's
say my
okay.
teachers, I can't help it because I love my
no,
teachers.
you're like the mother queen.
I have the best teachers. I have the best teachers. That's one of my favorite students right here.
My favorite student.
How are you, dear?
How are you?
Good.
No, but so Tahira, if you could change anything in the world, with everything that you've gone through and everything that you've accomplished and these children, if you could change anything, what would it be?
In reference to my profession or
In
my
reference
personal
to your
profession?
your job?
What I do?
Personal or just about life, period? What would you change?
Well, in reference to professional, I would want for every one of my students here to have the opportunity to be successful. And I would want to make sure that everything and anything that they do is going to lead to success. Whether they have a little bit of a failure and they learn from their failure and from their challenges, but at the end of the road, it's going to be something successful for them. I don't want any child to be hurt. I don't want any child to go through a negative experience. I want every child to have the opportunity to be truly successful. Come on, I want to introduce you to my director, of art. Services.
Nice to meet you. Turnsmart TV.
Oh, okay.
And we're here to interview your school and your superintendent.
Absolutely, that's a wonderful thing. This is a wonderful place. And this lady is responsible for all that we do in terms of the arts here. Many school districts, because of funding, had to drop their arts program. And because of Miriam Burnaby, we made sure that we maintain our art program. She finds grants to make sure that our students have that full experience. Our children are doing more than just reading and writing every day. Our students are engaged in performances. In fact, we're working on High School Musical.
That's right. High School Musical is our
yes.
upcoming spring
We have
musical.
students who perform at Carnegie Hall. We have students who are doing just fantastic things because of her.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, but it's wonderful to be in a district that supports the arts and really, throughout all that's going on in education today, this is really outstanding. So thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well,
See, what we recognize is that, education, and I have to take Ms. Galdo's quote.
yes.
Education is what intellectualizes our students, but it's the art that humanizes them. And so we don't take that for granted. And so we're so proud to have you with us.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome. You're going to make me cry.
You never know what you're walking through when you're walking down the hall.
Miriam, come on, I'm always full of surprises.
It's a surprise. But anyway, well, it was a pleasure meeting you. And nice to see you guys, and I'll see you in the neighborhood.
You will. Anthony, come on over here. Anthony's our head custodian.
Okay.
And see, oftentimes, you're on TV. So oftentimes,
Smart TV.
That's right. Oftentimes, when people think of a school district, we don't always regard our custodial staff. But this is the man to make sure that our schools are clean, our schools are well kept, and our schools are safe. And that's how my children can really optimize their learning. So we thank you.
It looks like I can eat off these
You can
floors.
eat off the floor. You can see yourself.
You
That's
can
so
come over to
shiny.
my house. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So We can go into the studio.
To the studio. Which
Yeah.
way is the studio?
The studio is this way. Hello. How you doing? And you see, my kids are not misbehaving.
Yeah.
There's a perception in the school district, and because of the demographics, we have a high demographics of Hispanic and African American students. It is perceived that my students misbehave and my students are failing and my students do not measure up to students who may come from a more affluent school district. Here's testimony. Look at my kids. They're well behaved, they're mannerly, they're polite, they get along,
Right.
they're doing what teenagers do.
Right. They are.
I have a 94% graduation rate. Let me repeat that, a 94% graduation rate. My kids have scholarships. I have kids who are accepted to Harvard University, some of the top Ivy League colleges in this country. My kids are there. And in fact, children from this school are represented at every Ivy League college in this country.
Wow.
At every board meeting, I read off acceptance notifications of our high school seniors as well as scholarship notification. We've had kids with full scholarships. We have kids $64,000 a year. We have kids who are going to some of the best schools, kids with 4 and 5 different acceptances. That's what happens here.
That's awesome.
That's what happens here.
That's awesome. And that's all because of you and the teachers and the staff and everybody working together.
It's everyone working together.
Yes.
It's the
Yes.
resilience of the people who are here. The people who are here understand that their mission is to educate children. Yes, we do have our shared issues. I'll be the first to admit that.
Yeah,
We have our adult drama, and I will admit that. But at the end of the day, we're here for the children. And how do we know that? Look at our data. Look at how my children are behaving. Look at how people regard one another just walking through the halls. This is not phony that you see.
Right.
This is everyday occurrence.
It's real. I can feel that it's real.
So I love it here.
It's real.
I love it here.
Awesome. 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 This is great.
This is what public school is about, right, baby?
So you're the
Y'all supposed to be in class?
Okay.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So here's what we're doing. We are working with this beautiful young lady with Turnsmart television, and what she's doing, she's interviewing individual, really powerful people and to empower them and just to showcase some of the great things that people are doing. They chose me. And I don't believe in just doing an interview by myself because I didn't get here by myself. This is a team effort. So whenever I see folk who are on the ground, I'm pulling them and say, come on, because be a part of this interview because we all make up what's right about the school district. So this is Ms. Pridgeon, who works with our nurse's office. Ms. Pridgeon works with our middle school and high school students. Who are we here at Greenburgh Central School District?
We're the best
Why? What makes us the best?
because we have wonderful administration, wonderful teachers, and people like me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Care, right?
Care.
I appreciate your mom.
That love the children, that want what's best for the kids, and like to see them move on and be productive out here in this society. Go to college, do what's right.
That's right, and you make sure our kids stay healthy.
Well, most definitely.
All right.
Didn't you hear what that young lady just said to me? You're going to take care of me even though you're mad at me, right? And I said to her, yes, I am. I'm going to take care of you. We'll have that other discussion later.
That's right. My babies first.
We are here in the high school, Woodlands High School,
That's correct.
with Dr. Chase. This is a beautiful studio. My son would love this place. I mean, he's into that recording engineering, and he would love this place. It's a great place for these kids to really learn some engineering. It's awesome here.
We have everything on this campus in this school district for our students to be successful. State-of-the-art TV studio. We have athletic teams that are going to the championship ranks. We have the arts. We have so many things for our children to be successful. And these kids are so lucky. In fact, I'm going to say they're blessed. They're blessed to have such a beautiful campus and they can learn from the campus. We call that place-based education, where they learn from the place in which they are in.
Wow. When I was growing up, my aunt told me, Ro, you got to go to grow. What does go to grow mean to you?
I'm going to tell you, I had to go to grow. I was in another school district a few years ago, and I felt that I was in a place where I was no longer motivated nor stimulated. And I left. I just made a rapid decision to leave. And when I left, I found that not only did I grow intellectually, emotionally, my resilience increased, my stamina, my sustainability, my desire to want more increased. I had to leave the situation that I was in to go to another situation to truly explore myself and to learn more about myself so that I can do more and I can be more. That's what it
So
means.
fear is what you overcame.
I think so, Rochelle. You know, a lot of times we fear success. We fear our own ability to be successful. We fear our own talent. We fear our own potential to be successful because it's the unknown. And a lot of times complacency feels good, but complacency can be a very dangerous place. You see, good is the enemy of great. And that came from Jim Collins' book, From Good to Great. And I truly believe in that. And most of the times we will settle for what's good enough as opposed to what's great. Because great means you got to work hard. Great means you got to do things differently. You got to think differently. And sometimes you have to get rid of those things that feel good in order to get to greatness. I've learned
That's
that.
powerful. That's very powerful. Tahira, you know I'm from the South.
Yes, ma'am.
And my grandmother used to always to ask people, what you know for true?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you know to be true in this world?
I know that you gotta be true to yourself. You've got to be true to yourself. You have to recognize your own challenges, your own inabilities. You have to recognize your own strengths and work on your own weaknesses. What I know to be true is you got to be true to yourself, because if you're not true to yourself, you could never be anything to anyone else.
You can't hide from the person in the mirror.
No, you cannot.
You can't. Because every time you look at it, you will see yourself.
Person's still there.
You see yourself.
No, you have to be true to yourself. And oftentimes we're not. Many people aren't. Again, it's that running from something or the fear of the unknown. You just got to be true to yourself, Ro. And that's what I love about you, is that you're so true to yourself. You know, it's no secret that I have another type of relationship with you. And when I see you on a regular basis, I listen to some of the wisdom that you share with me, and you don't even realize you're sharing it with me. And I listen to how you are so true to yourself. And you weren't always like that.
No.
Right. And you grew
Long
into that.
time coming.
Right. But you're so true to yourself.
Right.
And I respect that, and I love that about you. And I love the fact that you recognize other women who are true to themselves.
I try. Well, I'm not going to say I try. I do it. I do it because I feel like it's the right thing to do. And just having characters just doing the right thing when nobody's watching. And I don't care. I really have, stepped away from what people are going to think about what I'm caring about. That has no room in my life anymore. So that's why when I see you, I'm so proud that I know Dr. Chase. Because I remember when I just knew Tahira, you know. She was just Tahira, you know, the teacher in White Plains. And now you're like the doctor, you know, the superintendent of the school district. That's big. That's big. And sometimes I don't even think that you even see it yet. I don't think that when you look in the mirror that you don't see what everybody else is looking at.
Because I still see Tahira. I still see the Tahira.
There.
I still see her. That's why.
Tahira is definitely there. Like, she ain't going nowhere. But that accomplishment alone, I mean, it's so inspiring to, you know, the principal here. It's inspiring to the teachers here. It's inspiring to not only the young black girls here, but the young Asian girls that may be here, and the young white girls and black girls. It's inspiring to all of them, because you look very, very young. You don't look at all.
I love you.
You know, you don't look at all the age that you are, and just to know that it's achievable and that you're not, you know, sitting in your castle acting like you can't be touched. You're walking around the
the hallways and you're hugging people and you're talking to people. You know, that's to be commended.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Rochelle. When you are a leader, you have to model the behavior that you want to see in the people whom you lead. And so if I were to sit in my office all day and I'm in this untouchable bubble, if you will, what message am I sending to these little girls?
You're right.
I have little girls that look at everything that I do when I walk through this building.
Everything.
Everything. And they're watching what I'm wearing, how I walk, my swag, how I'm wearing my hair. Is her hair spiked up today? Is it flat? What kind of earrings is she wearing? And I'm modeling for these little girls because I believe that every little girl in this building, and I even dare would say my boys, they have the potential to be a leader in their own right. And I want them to touch someone else. You see, when I got my doctorate, one of the things I realized is that it's now my obligation to put my hands down and pull two people up with me. I never believed that I have reached a level and I'm supposed to think that I'm better than everyone. I've reached a level where I feel that I'm supposed to help others. I'm supposed to share this knowledge that I've acquired. I'm supposed to share what it is that I have with others, to inspire them to become what I am, if not even greater. That's the only way we're going to change this world. Those people who are in positions of power, they have to impart their knowledge and they have to be able to uplift others to bring them to where they are and inspire them to go even further. And that's what I believe I'm supposed to do. I don't look at myself as this person up here. And you're right, I don't sit back and say, I received my doctorate at 38 years old. I was one of the youngest in my class to get it. To me, it was something that I was supposed to do. It was in my blueprint. You know, I don't go against the grain. I think God put me in a position like this because there's work to do. And he's not done with me. And I think there's going to be something else he wants me to do to inspire other young ladies and other young men to be the best that they can be, because I believe I'm a change agent. I believe I was placed in this position to change people. I've been an educator for 21 years. And during the 21 years, I have touched, Rochelle, thousands of lives. Thousands. I have 2,000 kids here. And I've only been here 2.5 years. So not only have I touched those 2,000 children, I hope that what I'm doing will be impactful to their children, to the generation that's to come. That's how impactful I know this work is. And that's why I love what I do.
So Tahira, it's two types of people in this world. We got hammers and we got nails. What kind are you?
That's a good question. I want to consider myself a hammer.
Okay.
Because if I were a nail, that means I'm in a position and it means someone is actually controlling where I'm going. I want to consider myself a hammer because if you take a hammer, if you bang a hammer to the right, then the nail is going to move in that direction. If you bang a hammer to the left, then the nail is going to move in that direction. But if you bang a hammer on top of a nail, then it's going to push down. I think that I'm a hammer because I get to control the direction in which people go. And I don't mean control in the negative connotation. I mean I get to inspire and motivate people to go in the direction in which they need to go. So I consider myself a hammer. That's a good question.
That is awesome. I ain't quite look at it that way.
Well, you know, back in the day, I used to watch my dad. You know, he does a lot of work around the house. So, you know, but that's what a hammer, right?
I really like that answer. That was awesome. You're going to make me cry. I'm like, oh,
your mascara looked too beautiful, baby. You don't need to cry.
So, Tahira, do you have any regrets?
No, I have no regrets. I think every challenge that I've had, Rochelle, was a learning experience. So I don't regret learning experiences. It's learning experiences in which I can share with my daughter, which I can share with my son, which I can share with the children here, your daughter, share with people whom I love, such as yourself. I don't regret anything. I can't, because they were all of these challenges and obstacles that were put in my way were there to teach me a lesson and to make me stronger, to make me more powerful, to make me more resilient, to make me more aware of myself and what my true potential happens to be. So I don't regret anything. I really don't.
That's awesome. So my last and final question, and I have to leave the castle. How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as one who motivated, inspired, and helped shape the world one child at a time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's exactly what you're doing. Exactly what you're doing. And you've been doing it for 21 plus years. And you look like you got a good 40 more years.
About that. And I don't do it for the money, because anyone knows if you're an educator, you're not going to be wealthy.
Mm-mm.
I do it because I believe I was destined and I was put on this earth to inspire young people and to inspire and to help shape this world and make it a better place. And as I said, in my 20-somewhat years, Rochelle, I've touched thousands of lives. And I know I have, because I have students whom I've taught 20 years ago who contact me still. Mm-hmm. I've touched thousands of lives, and possibly the generation that is to come through their own children. And I know if we keep moving in the direction that we're moving, and if I keep people around me whom you saw today, whom you had a chance to interview, we're going to make a difference. We're going to make a difference. I really believe that. And I have to believe in the work that I do.
It's awesome. Well, this is Turnsmart TV, and this is Women's History Month. And Dr. Chase is awesome for us to kick off Women's History Month. Follow us on Instagram, Rochelle804, Twitter, Ask Rochelle804, Facebook, Rochelle Jasper, YouTube, #Turnsmart.